Welcome to the Bums Corner Coast to Coast podcast. The views and opinions expressed in this show are those of the hosts and are not those of Bums Corner Media Enterprises. This program contains strong language. Listener discretion is advised. Listen at your own risk. God, I hate this gig.
Yeah. Intro music, bro.
Sounds like something really important's going to happen.
I know. This is Art Bell's Coast to Coast. Whenever I hear that, I always feel like I'm driving home from a bar at like 2:30 and Art Bell is on.
Right?
And like I don't want to go home quite yet because I want to find out what his guest has to offer the world.
Yeah.
You know?
Yes. And how are they speaking to me through my molars?
Exactly. So, hey, welcome, listeners. We're on episode 49 now, if you can believe it.
I know I can't.
I think next month will be 4 years that we've been doing this.
4 years, February, yeah.
Yeah. So we've been upgrading. We have an actual studio audience now. There's one person in it as we beta test, so thank you, Olivia. And we might be going to video here soon once we get Tom the files and he can start putting shit together and editing it. Yeah. So, yeah. Not you know, it's not a top priority, but we'll get there.
It's not for nothing, but yeah, let's do it.
Yeah. One other thing that we're going to be adding is we can live stream too. So, like, people can watch on Facebook as we're recording this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Especially
So
the riveting 10 minutes prior of me trying to figure out, why can't I hear you?
Right. Show up on time and watch us troubleshoot.
Yes.
Absolutely.
That's good TV right there.
Fine quality. So we've got all these features coming. We're on a brand new service that I want to say we started last month when Fran stopped by to visit. And that, we had a couple technical hiccups, but we got it done.
Yeah.
Yeah. So here we are. You know, it's 2024. Again, we're on the cusp of doing this shit for 4 years now, if you can believe it.
That's crazy. Happy New Year. And happy pending anniversary.
Hup, hup. I say we do nothing special and just have a dull old show.
Yeah.
So we didn't really do a life recap while Franny was in the studio. So what have you been up to? Anything interesting going on?
Oh, wow. Well, now that the government is on the verge of being funded again, some of the hiring actions within the government are moving forward again. So I did have an interview last week with the IRS.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
How are they doing?
They're doing okay.
Okay.
Yeah. And I thank you for your participation.
I do everything I can.
I'm sure. So, however, I actually made the cut. They offered me the job, but the relocation expenses were not a negotiable thing, and they wanted me there like in the end of February, 1st of May type thing. I'm like, I can't swing.
Yeah, right.
Which is fine.
Whatever.
Yeah. Great interview. So, I mean, it's cool to just going through that interview process is, a master class.
Oh, yeah.
I'm just, okay, way that worked. You come away from it and you're like, shit, I don't know. I think I did well. And then, you get the call back and you're like, okay, cool. that went as good as I felt it did. So yeah, and there's, like I said, I've applied for a bunch. So they're starting. The dam is being released, and so hopefully I've got another interview on Tuesday for a remote gig. So that will present some opportunities there if that comes through. But professionally, job search not horrible.
Awesome.
Work's going better, so I can tolerate it. So yeah,
right.
Doing good. Sarah, everybody else here is just kind of surviving and muddling through.
Right. I was thinking about you guys earlier this week when it was single digits. Like when you wake up and I have one of those little Google screens in the hallway, and I walked by and it said it was 4 degrees out. I'm like, oh, what have I done? Why did I tell Tom I wanted him here so bad? I felt guilty. I felt guilty because it was so cold. Like somehow I'm lying to you. I'm like, no, it's wonderful out here. Just pack your shit. Yeah.
Oh no, well, let's see. Like I fully remember Ohio winters.
Right.
And to say, like, we did, like I said, 12 years in Germany, which is like Wisconsin.
Okay, yeah, that's true.
So
I forgot about that. Yeah,
not unfamiliar. And the thing is, it was funny because it's been, California cold here. So like it drops down. Like I'm completely acclimated. I've lost my skin, my Midwestern buffer.
Oh no!
So yeah, it drops down to like 60. I'm like, Jesus Christ, cold out here. So. Yeah, fully understanding that, we're moving from what we think is cold to actual cold.
Right, yeah.
But,
okay.
Yeah.
That's cool. Yeah, I was excited when I saw that they got that budget push through March. Like, yeah, maybe that means the wheels will start turning for old Tom.
Yeah, and they are, so huzzah for that.
Awesome. Well, congrats, dude.
State still boiling the frog?
It is what it is, man. It's frustrating at times and it's rewarding at times. And I have 14 years until I can retire. And so I'm just muddling through. I know. And again, I beat this horse a lot, but I wish somebody would have come up to me at like 24, 25 years old and said, hey, dummy.
Yeah.
Get your shit together and get in Opers and retire early.
Yeah.
But no.
Get the government gig, even if it's just, putting food on a plate in a kitchen at the VA.
Yep.
Just
100%.
Get in the system, as they say.
Get in the system, yep.
I don't know. But,
yeah.
Good stuff.
Yeah, so it's been quiet. Let me think. Absorbing media. I watched the, I had this nostalgia piece for CW.
Yeah.
And so I watched the season of Gotham Knights that was canceled before the season was over, just because the Arrowverse was falling apart. This is when everything was getting canceled on CW, and that show never had a fighting chance to begin with. It was never going to be big, but it was terrible. It was not a good watch.
It never quite gelled. It never quite came together. Loved the dude that played Castillo. Plays Harvey Dent and is brilliant.
Yes,
he's the I would watch for him.
Oh yeah, I love everything he's in.
Yeah. But entertaining, but not stellar, not great. It was a kind of either this or, I don't know, the Weather Channel.
Yeah, Misha Collins.
Yes, thank you.
Was his name. Yeah. So I thought I'd give it a try. And it keeps popping up on HBO. It's like, hey, since you watch all this other shit, you might like this.
Yeah.
Like, all right, I'll take a stab at it. And I made it through, and it had potential, but just it was bad writing, mediocre acting. Like,
Yeah. That's the thing.
fine.
It had so much potential. It could have been such a cool
It did.
story. Like, I'm sure it pitched brilliantly.
Oh yeah, absolutely. And again, at that time, they were buying everything.
Yeah.
If it had superheroes in it, it was sold.
Right.
But it was coming out right at the same time that a video game of the same name was coming out that had Robin, Batgirl, Red Hood, Nightwing in it. So, there's that confusion going on. Like, is this a TV show based on the game?
Yeah.
But you had to CW and say, well, no, it's not. This is an alternate universe from the Arrowverse, which is different from the DC movies.
Yeah.
And not Gotham. So,
yeah. That's the thing. I think the DC in general, as far as their non-comic, their non-print efforts go, is just a complete lack of continuity and collaboration. I mean, that's to have a completely different television property that is conflicted against the video game property.
right.
No, you've shit on that brand.
Exactly.
I mean, gamers are going to buy the game because it's Batman universe.
Right, yeah, absolutely.
So that's going to be a success pretty much no matter what. If it doesn't suck, is it, television, no, you got to have the tie-in.
Yeah.
I mean, if we've learned nothing from He-Man, there has to be tie-in.
So I dredged through that this week, and I wrapped it up last night. Like, again, the CW in its prime was an amazing experiment.
Yeah. It was such a cool venue for DC product.
Right. Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. So
it's unfortunate that some of the better written stuff, like Swamp Thing, got shit canned.
Oh,
I'm like,
yes.
God, now that's something that, if season 2 is anything like season 1, like they could have shot that around anywhere and gotten that.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
That was a great show.
Right. But, HBO is moving away from that. Like the Max app now is they're not going to have as many scripted shows that they had in the past.
That's unfortunate.
Which sucks. Yeah, and just the name is getting muddied by this process.
Yeah.
So I think we've passed the peak DC TV world now. I don't think we'll get as good as we had it a couple years ago.
Yeah.
Again.
Yeah. It's the unfortunate thing. I mean, from obviously a fan's filter, when Arrow was coming to an end, they killed like the shows that were working,
right,
and let like Flash stay on,
right.
Like, no, you killed Legends of Tomorrow. Like that could have rebuilt, or at least carried on that fan base.
Oh yeah, and that would have been a superior vehicle for creating new shows too, because you have them bouncing everywhere.
Right, you could go anywhere with
gone to anywhere. Yes, but no, let's kill it all.
The ultimate launching pad for whatever product you wanted to create.
Exactly. But it is what it is. So that's what I muddled through this week. Yeah, but it's all quiet here. Off topic, but I think this is the first article I've ever submitted to the database that stuck. And I could not pass this up because I actually was following the article that they reference at the end. Months and months ago. Yeah, I was fascinated, but a while ago, and I don't even know if it's still in our little depository, but there was this article about these people on a cruise ship that were just out tooling around in the ocean, and they were like cruising by this tiny little island that it's still like, set away from society, and it's like quiet and like just nothing's there. And it was during their annual whale hunt. So these like people on this cruise ship are like turning this corner, going by this island,
right?
And all the water is blood,
right? And the whales are just getting slaughtered in front of people. Yeah. I remember that. Yeah,
I loved it. But I read it a couple times. Like, this is fucking amazing. But it wasn't quite the tone of the show.
Right? I think I pulled that in. I'm like, oh, this is dark as shit.
Right?
I don't know. It's never made the cut month by month, but cool. Right. I appreciate you bringing it up because, that struck me as like, oh my God.
Right? And just imagine, like your typical cruise line people, the older couple, the retired people, the empty nesters they're like, oh, let's go whale watching.
Oh, look, the whales.
And they're just getting fucking eviscerated in front of them.
Honey, get the kids the whales.
Yes.
Fuck.
I wonder, like, could you see it first, or did the smell hit you as you were pulling in? Like, all that coppery blood like smell in the water.
Wow. And just the whole, like, just the sensory overload, like everything. The smell.
Yeah.
The sight of it, oh my God, the sound.
And I was all for using this article in some show. Like, I'll start drinking early. I'll get on a fucking eat the rich rant.
I'll make this funny.
And then I looked at I looked at the picture, and again, it was this tiny little cruise ship and just an ocean of blood around. I'm like, this isn't as funny as I thought it was in my head.
Right? It's like our bad parenting month.
So they kept the kid in a box. Wait. We're upgraded. Hang on. So they kept the kid in a box.
Oh. Hey, tip your waitresses.
But if you're cool, we can dive right into these lovely articles that we picked out. Yours is awesome too.
No, I saw yours is great. I think I saw there was a condensed version that I think I may have pulled or have seen and passed on this story. But you've got a much more expanded version, and it's fucking brilliant.
Right? And I even, because I care so much, I actually looked up the pronunciation of the Chinese chess.
Well, thank you.
Which I never do. I wing it because I don't care. Okay. So here, let's share this with the listeners. Okay. Chinese chess champ stripped of title after taking a dump in a bathtub. When you accomplish something big, like winning a major tournament, how do you celebrate? Maybe you jump around in excitement, salty rivulets streaming down your face in a rush of emotions. Maybe you pop a bottle of champagne and spray it around like an NFL player after the Super Bowl. Or, if you're a 48-year-old Xiangxi Chinese chess player who just won a major tournament, you can completely shun tradition and take a shit in a hotel bathroom.
Yes.
For celebration's sake. According to reports from Business Insider and Global Times, Yan Chenlong beat an assortment of amateur Xiangxi players on December 17th in the Hainan province. Stomping his competitors one by one, Chenlong was eventually crowned the Xiangxi King and awarded 100,000 yuan, approximately $14,150, for his triumph. But the next morning, reportedly after a night of partying, staff at the hotel where players were staying said Chenlong defecated in the bathtub. It's strange and gross, yes, but that's not where the story ends. Far from it, actually. After the incident, Qianlong's victory was also called into question, particularly because of his behavior throughout the competition. As The Independent reports, Chinese social media posts accused him of clenching and unclenching rhythmically to share data about the chessboard to a faraway computer via anal messaging device, which would then tell him which moves to make on the board. According to Business Insider, the device was allegedly found in the bathtub excrement by a hotel employee. Qianlong denies the accusations, though, saying he's been playing high-level chess for over 40 years and that, on the morning of December 18th, he suffered from diarrhea after drinking alcohol. According to Qianlong, he couldn't make it to the toilet in time and simply opted for the bathtub because, I guess, it was right there. The Chinese Xiangxi Association, the country's chess overlords, responded on December 25th to the allegations against Qianlong, explaining that any investigation into his actions yielded little to no provable results. The governing body stripped Qianlong of his championship belt, forced him to forfeit an undisclosed amount of his earnings, and disqualified him from participating in any Chinese chess competitions for 1 full year. Oof. Now that's a shitty punishment. This isn't the first time anal beads have popped up in chess cheating scandal.
What?
Over here in the States, Grandmaster Hans Niemann was accused of using a rectal insertable to beat world champion Magnus Carlsen in a shocking upset in September 2022. Niemann has denied the cheating allegations profusely, resulting in a lawsuit between the two players that was ultimately settled in August 2023. It's ridiculous, but apparently people will do anything and everything to get the W.
My God.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's got everything.
So many questions.
Right?
So many. Okay. First of all, what alcohol was he drinking that caused him to defecate to the extent that it damaged plumbing?
Goldschlager is my guess.
I always found that to be a softener.
Oh my God. Just everything about this was amazing. And again,
Wow.
I saw the article, I'm like, why does this sound familiar? It's because a year ago, another chess player did the same exact thing. You know? So, back then I looked into it because I was curious.
Yeah.
And so, not only do you have to send signals with your sphincter, but you have to receive information back.
Mm-hmm.
So you have to be able to like read Morse code with your asshole.
Right.
That's kind of amazing. I mean, fuck chess champion. That is his skill right there.
Right? Why isn't he working for, the CIA? It's the Chinese secret intelligence.
Yeah. Just, it befuddled me. And again, I was so drawn to this.
And that it's fairly common.
Right. So, which means there's somebody out there that designs and markets anal Morse code devices to people. Yeah.
Like, why is it?
No, I have not ordered one.
Oh, now that we've said it out loud, it's going to start showing up on our.
Yeah, thanks, Facebook.
Yeah. Fucking Facebook. I'm just befuddled by this.
Right?
And I guess
a lot to unpack.
Okay, first, Chinese chess? Is that the thing with the marbles?
I think that might be Chinese checkers.
Chinese checkers,
like
my bad.
Yeah, the 6-sided thing with the 6 different colored marbles. Which okay, so if Chinese checkers is, let's say, 5 to 6 times more difficult than regular checkers, can you imagine Chinese chess?
Yeah, no.
Like, how fucking complicated does that have to be? That they look at regular chess which is complicated, and think, this is too simple, We need to complicate this somehow.
How do we do this but for adults?
Right. Rewinding to the beginning, I've done some terrible things in hotel rooms before.
Oh, yeah.
Terrible.
Yes.
That I've had to leave, heavy tips and apologies.
Yeah.
But to take a shit in a bathtub in a hotel, literally, if you turn, the toilet's right there.
Right, if it's that hard of a movement, you're literally grabbing on to the toilet for for support. So, maybe you just needed to spread out. It's oh my god, I gotta stretch out for this.
I don't know, man. I tried not to picture it in my head as we were going through it.
Was trying not to, but I can't, so I have to talk it through.
Right.
Or else I can't, or else I won't be able to sleep.
Right. And again, okay, so you've defiled the bathtub in a hotel room. It happens.
Yeah.
It happens. Just fucking turn the shower on, man.
Right?
What kind of animal just leaves it for the hell?
Yeah.
That's terrible. Water that down at least.
I guess, that's one of my first questions. Is how was this, how was he caught?
Right.
It's an easily disposed of accident, situation.
Absolutely. Yes. Was he in a hurry? Because my assumption is to get out the device, he had to shit it out.
Yeah.
Because they said they found it in the bathtub as they were cleaning up. So, again, this guy's the world's worst spy. He shits up the Morse code device and then just kind of checks out of the hotel and goes home.
Yeah. I got my 14 grand. I'm good.
Yeah. That was another issue I had. And this weighed heavy on my soul. So you spend your entire life perfecting a skill, this super chess, right? And your prize is $14,000 for basically however 10,000 hours of honing your skill.
Yeah.
But not only did you have to hone this skill, you had to cheat. So for 14 grand, would you spend your entire life doing the same thing over and over again to become the best in the world, or cram something up your ass to cheat? Right? It's a moral conundrum.
It really is.
Yes.
Let's see. Hang on.
So I landed on I would do probably the Morse code for 14 grand, not spend my entire life. But, this guy's decision was to go for both of them.
Yeah.
So to each his own, I guess. But again, maybe 14 grand goes a lot further in China than it does here.
It might. I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
I'm thinking 14 grand, that's working the drive-thru at Wendy's.
Right, exactly. Which, honestly, if they could take drive-thru orders with their ass, how much more efficient would they be?
I think they would have to pay more than 14 grand a year.
I'm thinking so. And could you imagine locking eyes with somebody at the front counter and they say, "Can you wait a second, please, sir? I'm taking an order."
Look for the 1,000-mile stare. Hang on, was it pickles or onions?
Oh my god! And imagine his the strength in his butt cheeks. If you can read and send Morse code just with your butt, you would never have to carry a bottle opener around to begin with. Hey, let me get that for you. Crack, crack. Done.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Pickle jars, they'd hand it to him like, hey, Les, can you get this for me? Like, oh, I got it. Oh,
give me a challenge.
Right? Yes. So when it's hot out and all the childhood, the neighborhood kids are out, he can walk right up to that fire hydrant and go, I got this one for you kids. Like,
yep. Go get your trunk, son. I got this.
Oh.
Wow.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Huh.
So yes, 3 years and 11 months, I finally bring one article to the table.
I think my the well was pretty dry last couple of months.
Right. That befuddles me.
If it's the turn of the year, like December, January is always kind of sparse. Hopefully it'll pick back up in February. I'm not sure. December is usually just packed with stupid Christmas stuff.
Top 10 lists, end of the year bullshit.
Not a whole lot of craziness. Or it's, this guy's, ruined this family's Christmas. Not funny.
Yeah.
Yes, bad decision, horrible human being, hard to spin.
Right.
So the new year it's all resolutions and that sort of crap. So
right. Okay. Well, hopefully it'll pick back up here soon.
Yeah, I think February we'll start to see the reports of what went on at various parties and those sort of shenanigans at New Year's Eve. And
lovely. I live for that. You did dig up some gold, though. I was reading your article earlier today. Just fell in love with this guy.
Right.
Like he's kind of a hero to me now.
Yeah. He's kind of this was the one gem that came out, and this was from actually this from January. This was recent.
Okay.
So, stripped from the headlines. Oh wait, kind of is a headline. So here we go. Catch of the day: man arrested after naked swim in Bass Pro Shop aquarium. A man is in custody and en route to a hospital for mental health treatment after he jumped naked into a massive aquarium at the Bass Pro Shop in Leeds, Alabama. Police Chief Paul Irwin said the incident happened about near closing time. The 42-year-old man was reported to be acting erratically and drove a vehicle into a pole in a store parking lot. After the crash, he got out of his vehicle, took off his clothes, ran into the Bass Pro Shop, and jumped into the aquarium. Video taken by bystanders showed the man do a cannonball into the aquarium and later stand under the waterfall. As 2 Leeds police officers began to walk up the stairs, the man exited the water, yelled something to the officers, and then dove back into the water. He continued to shout something to the officials as he climbed over the side of the aquarium and dropped to the concrete floor below, appearing to have been knocked out by the fall. Officers handcuffed the man, who then woke up and began to try to struggle. Someone covered him with a blanket as officers took him out of the store. Irwin said the man was only in the water for about 5 minutes before officers arrived. He was taken to a hospital for a mental evaluation and then booked into the St. Clair County Jail, charged with public lewdness, disorderly conduct, resisting arrest, assault on a police officer, 2 counts of first-degree criminal mischief, and 2 counts of reckless endangerment. Thank you.
Oh wait.
No, really, you're too kind. Thank you. No, thanks. Yes, he's an idiot.
Outstanding. That is amazing. And again, this is one of those that I love everything about this.
Yeah. This is the typical, this is why we do what we do.
Right? This is it. So I've never been to a Bass Pro Shop or didn't go far enough into the store, but do they have giant aquariums and waterfalls in them?
I think yes. I've never actually been in one either. But to my understanding, from what I know of them, they do have aquariums.
Okay.
Because I'm drawing the correlation based on the Tim Allen show Last Man Standing, where he worked at what was the TV equivalent of a Bass Pro Shop.
I'm with you.
And they had all sorts of shit like that. So,
gotcha. Okay.
And from what I do know of actual Bass Pro Shops, it's like a serious Disneyland for the outdoors person.
Nice. Okay. So, at least the ones here, most of them are freestanding buildings.
Yeah.
So it's not like part of a strip mall. So my assumption is this was his goal.
Yeah.
This wasn't some random parking lot he ended up in, that he hit a pole on his way to swim naked in the Bass Pro Shop.
Yes. Like he left his house thinking, I'm going for a swim.
Yes. Yes.
Or he left the bar. You know what?
Right.
I need a quick dip before I head home. That'll put me straight.
And and again, maybe this is too young of an article, but there was no reference to drugs at all.
No.
But this is like an acid PCP type situation where, you're incredibly strung out, and the only thing that's going to bring you down is the cool waters of a Bass Pro Shop.
Yeah. Yeah, there's obviously more going on here than we are aware of.
Yeah.
But
we're not privy to all the information.
But and then it draws the question of, okay, what was happening prior to this? Like, what prompted
exactly
this notion in his head? I got to get to Bass Pro Shop, ditch these clothes, and take a dip.
Right?
Because he was undaunted. Like, he hit a pole in the parking lot. Like a rational person would be like, "Shit, I got to wait for cops and take care of that or whatever." He's like, "Nope, I'm just completely undeterred by hitting a pole in the parking lot." Oh, all right. Well, at least I'm here.
So, again, a mad respect. And nobody was hurt.
No.
He didn't steal anything.
Nope.
He got naked and got wet, and then he knocked himself unconscious.
That's the best, I think.
Like jumping out of an aquarium. Yeah.
I'm sure it was one of those, "Fuck you guys, you'll never take me cuppers."
And that's probably how the story goes when the employees are telling it. They're like, and then the sound is what you never forget of a skull hitting the concrete.
They say it's like a melon, but it's not.
Right?
It's so much worse.
I love it. And again, I'm impressed that you found like a naked rampage in this desert of information.
During the drought?
It's a gift, dude.
I am finely tuned to find naked and crazy happening in the world.
Absolutely. So yeah, this was an absolute winner. Again, I was let down that there was no mugshot.
Yeah.
And no mention of the drugs, but still. And again, I've been on benders, and I've thought some stupid things are good ideas.
I've been with you for most of those.
Yeah, but never to this level.
Yeah.
I can't say always. I most of the time kept my clothes on.
More often than not.
I think Dominic's bachelor party is the outlier there.
Did you guys go streaking?
Yes,
Okay, that's what I thought.
After all the other stupid shit that we did that night, and after it was late. So, yeah, and again, we'd been drinking for hours. Nick had already smashed his head on a rock by then.
Yeah.
And we went streaking. So the only thing I gleaned from that night is now I understand why deer freeze when their eyes hit your headlights, because I did the same thing. You know, like some car turned the corner onto Third or wherever we were, and I just like as soon as the light hit the back of my skull, I'm like, what do I do? What do I do? What do I do? And I just stood there looking at it. Like the world's saddest Yeti was caught in Grandview that night.
like that Sasquatch photo. Huh? Fuck.
Right. Some blurry peach thing running around. But yeah, we had to run to the end of the street, touch the mailbox, and run back.
Yeah.
And the second I hit that mailbox, man, somebody turned that corner, and I didn't know what to do. I'm like, do I run from them? Do I hide? There was nothing there.
Right.
Luckily, they just kept driving, so I just kept running.
That's how it rolls. That's the best case scenario.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Damn.
Yep. So, a couple of winners this month. I'm happy. Yeah.
Good. And hopefully our listener is too.
Yay! Yeah, since we've been making this switch, I think the numbers were inflated when we were on that other server for the past year.
Yeah.
Like we had all that stuff from like Russia and Kiev and everywhere.
Yeah.
Those don't exist anymore at all. So it is what it is.
They seem preoccupied out there, so.
Right. Yeah, I know. But not all the time. You cower in the shell of what used to be your house for 8-10 hours.
Yeah.
You're charging your phone then, man. You can pop on and listen to last month's episode. Come on, bro.
You got Starlink. It's been diverted.
That's right. They did turn on all the satellites, didn't they?
Which, say what you will about Uncle Elon, that was a pretty cool move.
Yeah. Okay. I'll give you that.
Granted, I think, the back of your head is, here's a country's worth of guaranteed subscriptions when all this shit settles down.
Right. Yeah. # broken clock. Okay. We do have to say goodnight to Emily.
Oh, good night. Oh, that's right.
Before we, yeah. So Emily, if you're still listening, if you made it through, good night.
Good night. Sorry, my last time was so creepy. It made me feel uncomfortable for days, so I hope it didn't have the same effect on you. Sweet dreams.
Well, now it will because you're bringing it up again.
Well, I have to talk it through or it'll stay with me forever.
Okay, good night. Good night. There, okay. All better.
Do you feel better now? Oh, I did it again. Damn it.
Oh
I can't help it. I have a problem.
So stupid. Okay. You cannot believe how excited I am that I won't have to go into post and line up this music.
Yeah.
That we can do it while the show is going on right now. So this brings me so much joy.
That's brilliant. It's the little things.
It's the little things. It is. Yes. In fact, what do the crowds think about Mike not having to do all this post? Is it a good thing, you think? Of course, now it's not going to work.
What's that?
Oh, it hung up. The fucking website. I tried to get the little cheering sound to play, and it doesn't want to participate. Oh well.
What happened?
There's nothing there. It's just
What are
spinning.
you trying to do?
I was trying to do like a little cheering audience sound. But it said, no, fuck you in the mouth, sir. We're not going to play. Yep. C'est la vie. Okay. Well, that's all I've got this month. I'm looking forward to our anniversary next time.
Yeah.
What is 4 years? What's Google say? What's the present for 4 year anniversary?
Like,
what am I getting?
Paper?
What? Oh, okay, here we go. The traditional theme is fruit or flowers. The modern theme is home appliance. That sounds like bullshit to me.
Yeah.
You know? Like Big Appliance made that up.
Yeah, I think that's Big Appliance doing their thing.
Right.
That's Big Dishwasher trying to take advantage of the situation.
Absolutely. So, and again, I'm just impressed that we've been able to stay focused enough to do this every month for 4 years.
Yeah.
That's mind-boggling.
Ridiculous when you think about it. Given our history.
Yeah, exactly.
Doing creative endeavors.
Yes. I thought what I envisioned 4 years ago was us like buying the equipment, getting the subscriptions, making a recording, and then just being bored and never doing it again.
Like, oh, that was interesting.
Yeah, right? Like, what's the appeal? Yeah. And then, here we are. On the cusp of 50 episodes.
50 seems like a lot.
That's pretty.
I find 50 episodes a little more staggering than 4 years for some reason.
Right. Yeah, it's impressive. But then again, a few months, maybe a year ago, I was interviewed by this guy who has a comic book and wrestling podcast. And he's been doing a weekly show for 10 years.
Huh.
Which, again, I can't wrap my head around this. He has a guest always. Every Thursday, he talks to somebody else for a decade. Which, honestly, if we had that kind of schedule, I would have noped out a long time ago.
Yeah.
I think this once a month thing is perfect. That it's not overwhelming.
Yeah, I think from the very beginning, when we first started to conceive of what we were going to do, I think we started with the idea that the foundation of, once this starts to become feel like a job, we're
out. Tap out. Yep. But it's fun, though.
Yeah. Oh, my God. This is the highlight of my fucking month, man.
Right? But yes, okay, let me see if I can get this to work. Maybe I will have to go into post-production, and not all is well in the world. See, nothing. This website sucks. Come on, Riverside. You angry bastards.
Riverside, California. What do you expect?
Is it a California company?
I assume so. Riverside's a city in California, so...
Okay. Well, no big deal.
I'm sure many states have a Riverside, but
yes. The fine people at Audacity put out an incredible product that I will use to fix this issue that was caused by Riverside. Yes, and it's free to use.
Nice from them.
Yes, one of the best audio editing applications available. Is available at no cost.
Fabulous. Audacity.
They
were Intercom back in the day, until a few years ago. It was one of the largest one of the largest radio and audio companies in the country.
No kidding. Huh. I'll be damned. That's what I've been using this whole time to do the and I'm putting bunny ears up, the editing that I do during the show.
I think before they were Audacity, they were, as far as the streaming platforms, was, I think, I think they may have been radio.com.
Okay. Interesting. Well, good to know. Man, we learned something too. This is fucked
Some
up.
pointless radio industry corporate trivia.
Alrighty then. Well, I will fix this in post and add the cool, creepy ass music on the back end. And until next time, I guess stay weird, and we will find a couple new news articles to talk about come February.
You good?